Division II matchup between the visiting Vikings and Thousand Islands. And the home team, and now let's meet the starting lineup. First for the visitors on the scoreboard, wearing blue, the Thousand Islands Vikings. The junior, number 4, John Wiley.
And we are back for the final matchup tonight. We've seen 2 great games, and we are set to see a third. It's Sandy Creek versus Thousand Islands for the Division II championship here for the Frontier League. I'm Tyler Clemens, joined by Mark Gaines for this final game for the boys' side of the bracket.
Good evening once again. We got one more good game lined up for us, Tyler?
I think this one is going to be a doozy. So Sandy Creek is going to take possession to start things off. For the starting lineup for Sandy Creek, we have Grady Soluri as the point guard. The Thousand Islands takes possession. Bit of a foul there. Oh, we got a jump ball, actually. Jump ball before the foul. And possession arrow will stay in favor of Thousand Islands. So Grady Soluri for Sandy Creek is in the starting lineup with Trevor Bort, Anderson Stanton, Hudson Hunt, and Hunter Soluri. For Thousand Islands, who have possession, John Wiley, the junior, is in the starting lineup with Colin Hozinga, Aiden Cantwell, Thomas Bernhard, and Zylan Them. Already got a lot of physicality to start things off. I mean, there are bodies flying everywhere.
That ball looks like a pinball so far.
That might be the theme for the rest of this game.
We'll see.
Both teams have a blue color scheme. So Sandy Creek will be the team in white. Thousand Islands in that darker blue with the gold accent. Our officials this evening, it looks like it's Larry Gallo on the baseline right now. John Exford as the trail official, nearest to our camera here, and on the very opposite side, Jared Plant. A foul and one. Big bucket from the big forward, the senior Hunter Soluri, and that's going to be the first bucket of the game.
It's going to be physical inside if that particular play there is any indication.
Yeah, I mean, well, how do you defend Soluri? I mean, if he's going to finish like that all game, it's going to be a long night for the Vikings. Free throw up and off to the right side of the rim, out of bounds. Boy, that's a dangerous, scary play there with that
chain.
The chain there separating the fans from the court. So running the point guard for Thousand Islands, that's them. And that's out of bounds. John Exford with the correct call off the hands of John Wiley. And Sandy Creek will take possession. Sandy Creek moving the ball around the perimeter. You can see they're trying to get the ball to Soluri. Now a shot at the corner of the three-point arc. That's a rebound. Nice rebound. Athletic finish by Stanton. And Sandy Creek takes a 4-0 lead. Them pass the ball to the corner. A little bit short. Rebounded by Thousand Islands. Ball batted around. And off on Thousand Islands. Looks like it was Hozenga, the last person to touch it for the quote-unquote away team at this neutral site. Almost a steal there from Thousand Islands. Instead, it's a shot attempt for Sandy Creek. A rebound, and Soluri yet again with a rebound and putback. I think that might be the theme of the game. You can see Thousand Islands already opting to go into that 2-3 zone, try to stop the post presence, but it might be too much here if the early part of this game is any indication of what we're about to see. 3-point shot off the rim for Thousand Islands. Couple hands were in there to try to get that rebound, and it's like Larry Gallo thinks it should be Sandy Creek ball.
During that last half-court set with Soluri, they're trying to defend him. They're trying to front him when the ball was on that side. They get behind him when the ball's on the opposite side. And lo and behold, he grabs the board.
I don't think we're going to see a three-point attempt from Soluri tonight. Hunter Soluri, I should say. And that should be a 2-point bucket, and it is. 8-0 to score. Exactly the start you wanted to see if you're Sandy Creek, as a 3-point shot in the corners off the rim. That's Bernhard who attempted the shot, was a little bit short, and now Sandy Creek takes possession. They can take a double-digit lead to start things off in the first quarter. If you're Coach Petty, you kind of have to start thinking about timeout. Bucket off the back of the rim. Them kicks it over, and it's going to be a 3-point attempt that's way short off the hands of Wiley. Now Sandy Creek can return fire. Nice ball movement into the corner, and that's good. And here comes the timeout.
Almost identical start to what we saw from the first two games.
Right, one
Watertown
team
come out quick in the first game.
Yes.
Copenhagen in the second.
Grady Soluri with that 3-point attempt. And just as you mentioned, it's a game of runs, right? Get on the right run at the right time and just keep your foot on the pedal. In the first game, that was so true. I mean, we had Watertown and Lowville going back and forth. Watertown got out to a run, then Lowville got out to an even bigger run. And then at the very end, Watertown was able to come away with that win on a I don't say last second shot, but it was a layup with about 3 seconds left. 3 seconds left.
Sure.
No chance to get another shot off for Lowville. So Watertown was the Division I winner. We played the Division III game just before this game, and that saw a close battle for the first half, and then the second half, Sackett's Harbor settled in and asserted their dominance. Sackett's Harbor took the championship for the Division III, and we're about to see this Division II game here. Deep three for Thousand Islands. That's off back iron. That's Bernhard, and we're going to get a foul on the floor. Foul will be on Thousand Islands. That's Blake Frana. That's going to be his first, but the team's third. Soluri tries it again. Nothing but net from deep. That's Grady Soluri. Keep in mind there's two Soluris. One's a post and one's a guard. Now Thousand Islands returns fire. That's not going to fall either. A little bit out of sorts here to start things off. And a huge bucket that time for Stanton in transition. Thousand Islands is searching for a bucket. Turnover for the Vikings, and it's all Comets to start things off.
That was a quick 16 points.
And Coach Pettit wants another timeout. Needs one, really, as it's a 16-0 run to start the game, and not where you want to be if you're the Vikings.
That last half-court set, they're working hard to deny Slurry the ball in the paint. They're fronting him, they're behind him, and then his brother knocks down the three.
Yeah, somewhere something's got to break, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to play defense when you have a dominating post and then you have your guards also shooting threes well. I mean, it's just there's only so much you could do.
I say it's his brother. I don't know that.
Yeah, so you took a wild guess there for a second. So both Soluris have been playing very well to start this game. Sandy Creek comes in at 11-7. Thousand Islands is 11-6 on the year. So, the 16-0 run, don't get it twisted. It's not like Sandy Creek has just been this odds-on favorite to just run away with this game. They've just played very, very aggressive to start things off. Very uncharacteristic here for the Thousand Islands Vikings.
And it's important, as we've seen, hit your shots early.
Last time they played, it was a 62-55 win for Sandy Creek. So pretty close game there. Shot from the corner, that's off. And Thousand Islands trying to get anything operating on offense. Layup is up and off the other side of the backboard. Rebounded this time by Sandy Creek. That's Hudson Hunt. Three-point attempt up off back iron. Rebounded by Soluri. Trying to reset the offense with a fresh shot clock. Opposite side to Stanton. Stanton with a dribble handoff. And we got a block
up there.
Yes, a blocking called. And some mixed reviews across the crowd. Some approve and some disapprove. I think that's just the break of who's supporting who here. That is the hardest call in basketball. There's no doubt about it, whether it's a block, whether it's a charge.
And it's been the hardest call in basketball since inception.
Yes, I mean
nothing's really changed.
And it's even in instructional videos and stuff. There's no definitive answer of if this person's feet have stopped moving, then it's definitely a charge. Well, even just because their feet stop moving doesn't mean that they're in good legal guarding position. Tough call to make, and don't envy the position of the officials here. This is a good crew, though. One of the best crews you can assemble here locally. Got to reach in. Official Jared Plants is giving the call there. Looks like it will be a foul on Grady Soluri, his first. It'll also be Sandy Creek's first here in the first quarter. Thousand Islands looking for anything on offense. A little hesitation for the three-point attempt. Once again, now they drive to the lane, up and off back iron. Nice rebound, kicked out for a three-pointer. Off back rim and on the backboard again. A good rebound by them. Long three-point attempt, that's off. And just nothing is falling here for Thousand Islands. Nightmare scenario. Drive to the lane, that's Bort. He misses the layup, and Thousand Islands takes it the other way. Got travel on Thousand Islands.
Thousand Islands has been fortunate that Sandy Creek has missed a handful of shots here in the last few minutes.
Very easily could be a 25-0 game. I feel for a team that's just, they're a good team. It's just, they're just throwing up shots that are just not falling, and they look like they've gotten some decent shots. Sandy Creek continues to make shots. That's Hunt with a 2-point bucket. And it's almost like, what do you do here? You've already burned 2 timeouts. You gotta let them try to figure it out on their own. There's a drive to the basket, and that's not going to fall. Holzinga is the one with the move. Just couldn't finish at the rim. Good defense. And we got travel on Soluri there. That was a tough play. You like to see the big guy get on the floor and try to get a loose ball. I think he was still upright, still on his feet when he ended up getting possession. So
you gotta love the hustle.
You'll live with that as a coach, right?
Yeah.
Tough call, tough play. Nice crossover. Get to the lane. Tries to get it down to his teammate underneath. They have to kick it back out though. Them takes the screen, goes to the left side, kicks it out to the corner. Nice dribble move, but better defense. Wiley has to kick it back out. Gets it to Holzinga, and now
I hate to say it, but it's just one of those games, right?
Yeah, I mean, it just nothing is working.
All the plays, the screens, the drives to the basket, the short jump shots that have been successful all year, and so far this game it hasn't worked.
So theoretically, realistically, Sandy Creek kind of hold for the last shot here. It looks like that's what they're aiming to do. Hudson Hunt carrying the ball for Sandy Creek. He's going to get over to Soluri. Couple down screens. And a shot by Soluri. Off back iron, bounces high off the rim. A fight for the ball. 3 seconds left. And a foul on Sandy Creek. So that'll be the second team. That won't put anyone anywhere near the bonus. The foul will be charged to Stanton. And the full court, three-quarters court heave, it's going to be off. So 20-0 the score here after the first quarter. Sackett's Harbor exerting their dominance. And it really wasn't, I say this, but it really wasn't a bad quarter for Thousand Islands. They got some
hard
chances.
To say when you look at the board, but
right?
they missed some easy shots that they probably made all year.
Yeah, it just seems like they were so close to this being, a 20-12 game, right?
But you can see where Sandy Creek can be very effective inside and outside.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough matchup, especially when you go into sectional play. You got to have someone who can guard Soluri underneath, but then also have some athletic guards that can match up around the perimeter. Their record, I'm actually surprised their record's not better than what it is, the way that they're playing right now, unless I'm just watching the best game that Sandy Creek's played all year. And typically
that's what you want anyways.
Typically that doesn't happen in a championship game, but I'm very impressed with the way that the Comets have come out. 20-0, really dominating this game. And we're back into that mindset of chip away little by little. Unfortunately, there's no 20-point shot here in basketball, so you got to just start little by little chipping away at the deficit. Starting the second quarter for the Comets, that's Hunt, Bort, McKay, Stanton, and Grady Solari for the Comets. For Thousand Islands, it's Wiley, Hulzinga, Bernhard, Frana, and Them. .16 on the shot clock as Thousand Islands tries to break the three-point arc. They finally do. Jump shot off the back of the iron and no good. Definite reach in. Oh, hustle foul. It looks like we're going to get a substitution here.
One thing you got going for you if your TI is time, right? You got just short of 3/4, but you're going to have to start now.
Nice drive and a charge this time. So go right back to how that's the hardest call in basketball, right? I mean, how do you make that call in real time?
Yeah, because when you look at the crowd, 50% of them thought it was a charge and 50% thought it was a block.
And unfortunately, I think it's the same officials that have make both of those calls. You know, in a three-man crew, there's a lot of rotation, so you don't find yourself in the same position making the same call every time. Unfortunately for Jared Plants, that's two very tough calls he's had to make in the first half of play here in a championship game. Can't thank the officials enough, though, for what they do. Give them a shout-out. They've done a great job all night tonight. I know that on the girls' side and the girls' board, they're going to do a great job there as well. But it's a long season, not just for players and coaches, but for officials as well, working a 9 to 5, working their regular job, and then also making time to get out to the court to give all of our student athletes an opportunity to play.
I mean, their efforts are what keeps sports going in one aspect of it.
You ask a lot of officials that they just love being a part of the game, and just thank them enough for all their hard work. Foul on the floor that time was McKay.
Ooh.
Big block. Wow. Everything's going the right way if you're Sandy Creek. This is the time where if you're Thousand Islands, you really wish you could buy a basket. And there it is. They might have slipped a 20 to the defense there. That was wide open.
Well, he slipped the screen and
great out of bounds
spun
play.
in under the board.
We had a charge there. The foul is going to be on number 2, Trevor Bort. So back-to-back charges for Sandy Creek. Now they have 3 fouls. They don't want to let a team kind of start to crawl back in with free throws. But there's still 6 minutes left in the first half. Xander Them, he's going to take the ball. Drive to the lane, blocked. Gets his own rebound, throws it out of bounds.
I thought for a second that might have been tipped, but Mr. Gallo says no. He had a good look at it there. Yeah,
I think our camera's got a pretty good look at it as well, so I imagine we can go back later on tonight and grade Mr. Gallo's performance. Mr. Gallo's had a chance to officiate the state tournament on the girls' side. Maybe he's done the boys' side, but I know for a fact he's done a state championship.
You've got some
game
experience at this yourself.
Yes. So, great crew out here tonight. Can't really ask for a better crew.
I think for Thousand Islands, they gotta start moving the ball a little bit quicker, right? It's looked like in their half-court set, it looks like the defense is moving quicker than the ball. And I'm sure coach is pointing that out right now.
I understand maybe the frustration, the panic starting to set in a little bit, but they're rifling threes and it's just not falling, right? It's so hard to peel back that enthusiasm that want to make a big shot and silence the crowd and get your guys going. But right now, you just need points. You need to find ways to get to the basket, draw fouls, get layups. You know, the three-point basket's just not dropping right now. Jump shot is short. It's going to be off Sandy Creek. Remains Thousand Islands ball. Shot from deep, and the broadcaster's jinx. As soon as I speak it into existence, of course, the opposite happens.
Yeah.
Big three in the corner.
Yeah.
Exactly what Thousand Islands needed. Finally some
Same
noise.
shot he made all during warm-up, too.
Yes, and probably all year long. Return fire, that's off a little bit to the left and bounces to the right. That was Hozinga on the three-point attempt. Now Thousand Islands can try to go on a run themselves. Going to the left side of the basket. Shot is up and no good. Sandy Creek tips it to themselves. Off and running now for an easy basket. No. Layup a little bit short on the other side of the floor. That's McKay. Alligator armed it. And now Thousand Islands tries on their attempt. Zaylen Them picks up the foul after the missed layup.
A little too upset at himself after missing that and commits the foul.
At the high school level, you can see that all the time. You almost anticipate it, right? They miss a shot they think they should have had. They instantly they just get aggressive and they start to get physical, and a foul happens. See that coming a mile away.
We did that ourselves many, many times.
Oh, for sure. Sandy Creek now around the opposite, or around the three-point arc. Pass goes out of bounds and a turnover. A little uncharacteristic here for the Comets.
TI fans were happy to point that out.
Yeah,
That's our ball.
Did
We'll
you see
take
the
that
arrow?
one. Yeah.
Gotta love the fans here in the North Country. Some of the most passionate fan bases really support their schools, and that's awesome to see. Off Sandy Creek here, and Thousand Islands will retain possession with 24 seconds on the shot clock. Just over halfway in the second quarter play. Soluri now with possession for Sandy Creek. 15-point lead as he hands it off to his teammate McKay. Sends it back to Soluri. Soluri thought about the three. Now he's going to go to the right side. A little bit of a push off. And another charge. That's 3 charges for Sandy Creek. So the officiating crew right on top of that call tonight. I know the Sandy Creek bench doesn't like it, but I think that was a good call there. I think that was a good call.
I thought so.
Thousand Islands trying to get the ball down low. They finally get to the basket. Shot is blocked and off Sandy Creek. 15 seconds on the shot clock. I don't think we've seen Soluri this quarter, have we?
No.
And Sandy Creek is still maintaining the lead. That's a blocking call on.
Inadvertent trip there.
Yeah, it's tough play, but definitely the right call. Stanson's going to pick up that foul. That's going to be his second personal, and that will be the 5th for the team. So tough position here for Sandy Creek. You don't want to give them free points without the without the clock moving. Free throw up and good for Thousand Islands. Shooting the free throws is Colin Hozinga. He's a junior. The only other junior in the starting lineup is John Wiley. The other 3 are seniors here for this Thousand Islands Vikings team. Free throw up and good.
Hozinga made those free throws look like I could do it. He made it look easy.
Real easy. 20-7. Thousand Islands trying to crawl back into the ball game after a dominating performance for Sandy Creek. I don't think Sandy Creek has scored this quarter. I think was it a 20 to nothing to start off? Yeah. Soluri with a nice spin move, nice post move. Right on cue, as you mentioned there, Mr. Gaines. Now a three-point attempt for Thousand Islands. They return fire. John Wiley in the corner. And now it's 22-10 as Sandy Creek opts to slow the pace of play down a little bit. Shot blocked in the middle of the paint, and now Thousand Islands can get it down to under a 10-point game. Drive and kick. Shot is off the rim, but rebounded by Thousand Islands. Good rebound by Wiley, who's going to opt to get it to his teammate Olzenga. Drops it down low. Good play, and just off the rim. Now another layup back to Olzenga. So he had a good pass, and he's rewarded with another bucket off a good assist. 22-10 the score. Now a 10-point game. Thousand Islands slowly starting to get back into the game here. Foul on the floor on Thousand Islands.
Yeah, those were two good passes.
Olzenga is going to pick up the foul. That's going to be his first, the team's third.
They certainly weren't going to go up on those against Soluri.
No, absolutely not. Soluri throws it up, and that is going to be a foul. Foul on number 10, Blake Frana. Free throw up and no good for Soluri. So maybe the kryptonite is send him to the line. He looks comfortable at the line.
Yeah.
Free throw up and off back iron. Good rebound for Sandy Creek. Tries to get it back to Soluri. And a travel. And turnover for Sandy Creek. All right, see, you're starting to feel it. I hope our fans at home are feeling it. TI is starting to get some energy.
Well, they hit a couple of shots.
Down by 10. Could easily get this down to 5 before the end of the half. Dribble handoff. Drive to the lane, up and off the rim. Sandy Creek with a turnover. And a big block that's going to be called a foul. See who he has the foul on. Is it 13, I believe? Chase McCarty. And that's going to be his first and the team's fifth. Oh, actually, they're going to stop counting after 5. Free throw up and good for Olzenga.
What as you said, you stop the clock, and this could be the 4 points at the line here just in the last minute.
That's exactly what Thousand Islands needed to get back into the ball game. Get some stops and then get some buckets at the line or hit a big three. We've seen them hit a 3 this quarter as well. They kind of got the ball rolling a little bit for him. Olzenga's going to take the second free throw. There we go.
A 14-2 run.
Really got to get some points here if you're Sandy Creek. And I didn't think I was going to say that after the end of the first quarter, but Thousand Islands has really bared down and made this a competitive ball game. Do have a chance here to tell you about our sponsors. The Frontier League Finals on NBC Watertown are presented by the Bob Johnson Auto Group. New or used, Bob Johnson's got your ride. Catch them out over there on Washington Street. That's the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram location. Over there in Washington Street. E&V Energy, done local, done right, no fees since 1913. They're also hiring great local family business to work for. Adams Country Club, proudly supporting local athletes in the entire Frontier League community. Join them Wednesdays for wing night specials and look for their flavor of the week. And John Allen Sanitation, dedicated to keeping our towns clean and green. They're proud supporters of local athletics. John Allen Sanitation, because strong communities start with strong support.
Well, one of the things we discussed, that TI had to be a little bit more patient, move the ball a little quicker on their half-court set, and they've been able to do that.
22-14 here with under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Three-point attempt on the wing is in and out. And it's going to stay in possession with Thousand Islands. Good hustle from Sandy Creek, trying to keep that ball alive. Checking back into the ball game is John Wiley. Going to step into the game for Blake Friend. Zaylen Them, he's going to hand the ball off to Wiley. Crossover into the middle of the lane, a little bit flat on the floater, and Soluri gets the rebound. Now with speed going the other way. Spin move and loses possession of the ball. Now it's them going the other way with speed. Whips the ball over to the corner. Wiley with a shot, and that's not going to fall. Hudson Hunt now tries his way with a spin move. Big block. And the other way, Them got a foul. And that's going to kind of slow things up a little bit. Foul on number 11, I believe he pointed out. Traylon Hunt. So now
fans are a little passionate about the calls here.
They are.
I don't blame them. Right?
No, you got to,
they're rooting for their team.
Rooting for your team.
Yeah.
Nothing over
sensible.
the top.
Yeah.
Nothing over the top. Fans can buy a call just as much as coaches can sometimes. Them in and out on the shot.
It's going to stay there.
It is going to stay here, yes. That's one of those calls where there's so much information at that one point. You got to take a second to kind of process. What did I just see? And then make the correct call. It's a good call there by the baseline official. Wiley to the left side. That ball looked like it bounced out of bounds, and it did. Right on top of that call was Jared Plants. It's a tough game to officiate because there's so much physicality, and one team gets on a run. It's hard to sometimes not kind of favor. You get a little soft on the whistle.
These players are quick.
They've done a really good job. This crew has. Really, the crew on all games tonight have been great. Nice finish. Hudson Hunt to the rack. And now Thousand Islands has a chance to hit a buzzer beater, and they do.
They do.
Big shot. Colin Holzinga sends the Vikings into the locker room on a high note, 24-18. And
that's an 18-4 run.
That is a huge,
that's crazy. We've
huge
seen it
quarter.
all night.
Yes, we saw pretty much 20-0 to start the game. And then, as you said, 18-4. I mean, wow. The tale of two quarters. What are we going to get for the second half?
We'll take it. More of the same.
I wouldn't go anywhere because this is going to be a really, really great game to finish off the evening with. 24-18 is the score here with Sandy Creek on top. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the exciting conclusion of the Boys Frontier League Championships. And we're back to Jefferson Community College for the second half of the Division II championship game here for the Frontier League. I'm Tyler Clemens. Joining me is Mark Gaines, and a tale of two quarters to start things off this game.
We seem to have seen that a lot tonight.
Sandy Creek jumped out to a 20-0 run in the first quarter. And then Thousand Islands, they just answered back with a little small 18-4 run. I mean, that's where we're at right now.
You know, they got some turnovers. Sandy Creek missed some shots, and TI started hitting some threes. And they scored, 4 or 6 points in the second quarter from the line.
Right, exactly. So we'll see what we get here in the second half. Let's talk about some of our sponsors for a quick second. Bob Johnson is presenting the Frontier League Finals on NBC Watertown. Their newer used selection is just top-notch. Bob Johnson's got your ride. Go check them out. Also, E&V Energy, Adams Country Club, and John Allen Sanitation, also proud sponsors here for the Frontier League Championships on NBC Watertown's Stream Team. Starting things off in the second half, Soluri is going to fire it up, and a little long. Thousand Islands takes possession. Thu gets tripped up and a foul. And who's that going to be on? There are some hands and feet in there. I think it's probably going to be on number 4. And it will. That's Anderson Stanton. Not the foul you want to pick up there. Now it gives you, that's 3 on Stanton. Coaching staff for Sandy Creek also had their faces buried in their hands on that play. They did not want him to pick up a foul so early, it appears. Soluri with the rebound. He's played some big minutes in the first quarter. Didn't play all that much in the second, so he might be a little bit more fresh. Nice three-point basket in the corner. I believe that was Hudson Hunt who pulled the trigger. Nice shot there.
That was a nice grab by him on the pass.
Yeah,
he looked more like a
athletic
wide receiver and then turned and shot the ball.
Soluri on the defense, and that's a good defense there as the guard. I believe that was Cantwell. Tried him, and a good defense there. Now Sandy Creek on the other side. Soluri backing in the post. He goes up, draws the foul. We're talking off camera, and that was exactly what we thought that they were going to do, and what they should do is get Soluri involved in the post game.
Yeah, traditional post game. And they certainly did that right there.
Soluri at the line. His last trip, he went 0 for 2. And missed this one as well.
I think he's a better free throw shooter than what we've seen tonight.
Yeah, you know,
he looks, like you said in the first half, he looks real comfortable there. He doesn't have a bad stroke at all.
That's going to be banked in. 1 for 4, and his past 2 attempts from the line. So we got a ball out of play, and we got a couple officials trying to figure out what the call is going to be. It's going to stay Vikings ball.
I didn't see that, but Mr. Gallo did.
We had to get a good view at it, and for an official to come across the floor and then overturn a call, he must be very sure about it. Fem to the lane, and up for 2. Big bucket for Thousand Islands. They really needed that there as Sandy Creek was starting to get on that run again. Stanton gets the ball over to Hunt, who drives to the lane, tries to get down to Soluri.
Yeah, I think that's the right call there.
And yes, that was a good call. It looked a little awkward.
Yeah.
I think a lot of officials would be quick to jump for a foul. But really, I didn't think Soluri had
both got their hands on the ball at the same time.
Good call there. In a game like this, the possession jump ball calls usually come very quick, right? They don't want the game to get out of hand, get overly physical. That was a good job there by the officials to make that call. Thousand Islands now throws the ball out of play. Off the hands of Colin Hozenga. I think it was Thomas Bernhard who threw the pass over to him. Now Grady Soluri slows things down. Nice cut, gets the pass down low. That's Stanton. And I think we got a timeout here. So 30-second timeout for Sandy Creek, I believe.
A little hectic on both ends of the court right now.
Yeah, it's like both teams are overly excited trying to get their footing here in the second half. Great atmosphere here, though. Sometimes the final game of a long back-to-back-to-back, sometimes, especially starting at 8 o'clock, the fan bases can be a little bit more relaxed, but we're not seeing that here.
They're energetic right now down here.
Wow, both fans, especially here for fan sections, I mean, especially for Sandy Creek, are really letting them have it.
In a nice way.
Oh, yes. I didn't mean to imply anything drastic, but they're definitely they're passionate over here. They didn't drive down 81 just to
that's right.
to get a hamburger and head back home. They're here to root for their team.
It's almost like a battle of the North and South.
Yeah,
in Sandy Creek.
Yeah, if this was a home or away, this would be a long drive for one team. Probably the longest drive in the Frontier League. Nice three-point shot by Hudson Hunt. I don't know if you can find a further drive in the Frontier League. Maybe to South Louis. South Louis has got to be a day trip, about an hour, over an hour maybe. A lot of contact there and a turnover. Great defense by them. A lot of contact. Officials letting them play here. I like it. Now Grady Soluri to the left side.
Little arm bar.
There. There's a couple fans called the push off. Officials didn't, so we play on. Now them to the right side. He's done that move a couple times this half. And there's still a player down. Looks like he fell down a little awkwardly, but he's back up to his feet now. Sandy Creek ball. Sandy Creek has 3 timeouts left. Thousand Islands has 4. They each have 1 foul in the quarter. 3-point attempt is up off back iron. And a jump ball. That was really fun to watch. Both players high pointed that ball, caught it at the same exact time, came down at the same time. 4
solid hands on it.
Yes. I mean, that doesn't happen very often.
No.
Typically, the ball
Somebody's
bounce
got an
around a
arm
little
or
bit.
something.
Yeah. Blake Franis steps into the game for Thousand Islands.
He's got to go to the table and check in.
And now he's got to come in. He's pretty generous there, Mr. Gallo. Sometimes they'll send you right off for not following procedure. Sandy Creek now some dribble drives to the lane. A lot of contact, no foul. Still letting him play. And it looks like we're going to get a jump ball. Well, how often does that happen? We've talked about it a few times tonight where a player thinks he should have gotten fouled or should have gotten to the line, and then he retaliates by going in super aggressively. Very easily could have been a foul there, but they opted for the jump ball call, so good officiating. It's going to get a little chippy here. Could get a little excited.
Well, the officials are letting him play. There's been a lot of contact.
11 points separates the two teams as Stem tries to make it less than 10. Jump shot off to the right side, and now rebounded. Good dribble drive. Frana with a shot. That's blocked, and then ripped from the hands of Licardello. And we're going to get a foul on the floor. Timeout for Thousand Islands. And now they're going to be down to 3 timeouts. So both teams have 3 timeouts here as we're about 4:14 left on the clock here in the third quarter of play. The NV Energy, done local, done right, no fees since 1913. Also hiring If you want to work for a good local family-owned business, look no further than E&V Energy. Adams Country Club is proudly supporting local athletes and the entire Frontier League community. Join them Wednesdays for Wing Night specials and look for their flavor of the week. And John Allen Sanitation, dedicated to keeping our towns clean and green. They're proud supporters of local athletics. John Allen Sanitation, because strong communities start with strong support. And then, of course, we cannot forget Bob Johnson Auto Group as they are presenting the Frontier League Finals on NBC Watertown. New or used, Bob Johnson's got your ride. Check them out on Washington Street. We'll give and go action out of the timeout. Still stop and pop for two off back iron. Good rebound by Stanton.
You almost don't need a shot clock this half.
And now they throw it into the backcourt, and that's going to be over and back. With exactly 4 minutes left in the third quarter, I should say.
Let's see if TI can be a little bit patient and knock down a three or something here.
Yeah, they've run their offense primarily from dribble drives, trying to get to the basket. Again, a little bit of a lull here, scoring the ball
right
at least.
Dribble drive.
Tough layup there. Not exactly what you want as far as the easy basket department goes. Soluri wanted the three. He's not going to get it in time, but he is going to get a layup on the left side of the basket. That's Grady Soluri, the sophomore. And now we're out to a 13-point lead. Moving the ball around the perimeter. Thousand Allens takes a shot. Short, off the rim, rebounded by Sandy Creek. Up the left side of the floor with speed. Dalton McKay is going to kick it back out to Grady Soluri. Slow things down, pass the ball over to Hudson Hunt, who starts the half-court set. Fakes the handoff, goes all the way to the basket. Nice floater for two. Thousand Islands in a dangerous position here. Don't press. You don't need threes. You don't need to fire up bad shots. Still play your game, plenty of time. Shot up and no good. Fight for the rebound. A foul on the floor. And I think they're going to get that on Sandy Creek. And that's going to be the fourth foul on Anderson Stanton. Kid who's played some really good minutes tonight and comes over to the bench saying, "What did I do, Coach?" Coach is saying, "Hey, I don't have the whistle in my mouth. I can't tell you." Slowing it down here is Thousand Islands, trying to find a lane to the basket. A push down low. That should be not a shot attempt. So we're going to get another inbounds pass.
Is that three fouls?
That should be three team
fouls.
That's going to be the first personal for Erie Licardello. Shot up and short, rebounded by Sandy Creek. Expect Sandy Creek to kind of work the half-court offense here. They're in a good set or good position here, being up 15. They've been resting their star player Soluri for the majority of the end part of this third quarter. So
turn it over there.
Should be pretty fresh in the fourth quarter to play some longer minutes. See how they manage that. Two minutes play in the third quarter. Thousand Islands could really stand to cut this deficit a little bit. Poke check in, it's a beauty. Now the other way, Sandy Creek goes. No call there. And a jump ball. Sandy Creek faithful wanted a foul call.
They did want a foul call.
The coaching staff can't believe it either, but they're a lot more contained than the fans over onto the left side of the announcers here.
Steps.
And there's a travel there.
You know, TI is at a point of a little bit of a danger zone here, as Copenhagen was in the third quarter, the last game against Sackett.
Yes.
Got to have some points and stops.
I think we got a timeout here for Thousand Islands. They only have 2 timeouts remaining. Couldn't tell what the fans were chanting there, but they're ready to rock here. Tough job these officials have in a championship game, right? Just trying to call it fair. Not going to call everything, not going to get everything. We just hope to call it fair, which they've done a good job.
A lot of different angles out there on the court to be able to see the play, you know.
Right, and I think
they're just trying to move and be in the right spot.
Hats off to Section 3 and Frontier League schools for being more apt to doing 3-man crews or 3-person crews in the regular season. I think it makes a huge difference as you go into postseason play. And in previous years where there were legitimately no 3-person crews, it was only 2-person crews throughout the regular season. All of a sudden you get to the postseason where these games really matter and the rotations are a little sloppy. They're not used to doing 3-man or 3-person. Since they've been doing it all regular season, I think the product is so much better here in the championship game.
Sure, and as a coach, you feel better about that anyways, for the most part,
right,
going into it.
Another set of eyes on the floor, you know, and just having that third person there gives you a little bit more confidence in the integrity of the game. Thousand Islands here down 15, looking to cut the deficit. Screen at the top of the key and a nice move all the way to the basket. It just does not fall. Block shot for Sandy Creek, now going the other way. Look up, and he does. All the way to the basket. Nice finish by number 23, Hudson Hunt. And 17-point lead now for the Comets. Back to a comfortable distance here for Sandy Creek. Foul, and I think they're going to give him 2 shots on that.
On that last play, just when you think TI is going to get a bucket, right? It doesn't drop, and then they give up the easy layup on the other end.
Yeah. Tough sequence there for the Vikings. But they do get a chance to put some points on the board with the clock stopped. And free throw going to be a little bit short. Minute and 9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 17-point advantage for Sandy Creek. Second free throw up and good. Half court set here for the Comets. Couple down screens, moving the ball to the top of the key. One dribble and a pass and a nice steal. Wow, much strength there from John Wiley going all the way to the basket. Shot blocked. And now a 3-point attempt for Thousand Islands off back iron. And Sandy Creek now has a chance to widen the deficit. Soluri in the corner. He shoots off back iron. He's going to get his rebound. Now they can take the last shot of the third quarter if they so choose. And it looks like they see that opportunity as well. So Grady Soluri is going to slow it down a little bit. 20 seconds on the game clock as Hudson Hunt is going to waste some time here. Sizing up his opponent, now calling for the screen. Screen comes to the left side, he goes to the left hand. Dump off on the pick and roll, and now a turnover. Thousand Islands has a chance to score. 3, 2, and 1. Shot is up and going to be short. 37-21 the score here. 8 minutes left to play for the final quarter of play. Sandy Creek on top of Thousand Islands. And it's really been every quarter has been a different, it's like the floor is slanted.
This one felt a little helter-skelter by both teams in this quarter. Right, obviously TI's not happy with their play, but I don't think Sandy Creek is either. You know, they did score some points, but they had a lot of turnovers.
The Frontier League Finals on NBC Watertown are presented by the Bob Johnson Auto Group. New or used, Bob Johnson's got your ride. Give them a look over on Washington Street. Couldn't believe the inventory they have over there. And, you know, they're not just local, they're statewide. They have inventory all over the state, so give them a check. Or check them out. They have a lot of inventory, a lot of good sales, good service over there at Bob Johnson. E&V Energy, done local, done right. They're also hiring. If you are looking for a new career, check them out. E&V Energy, great family-owned local business. Adams Country Club, they have wing night specials. They have a flavor of the week. So check them out there. Join them on Wednesdays. They proudly support local athletes and the entire Frontier League. And John Allen Sanitation, dedicated to keeping our towns clean and green. They're proud supporters of local athletics. John Allen Sanitation, because strong communities start with strong support. And let's give a shout out to the stream team. Zach Zabriskie, Connor Lalone, Ron Rockwood, Cody Wheeler, Morgan Young, James Stump, Nate Madison, Tyler Clemens, and Mark Gaines.
Well, I think it's now or never for TI. You got to come out in this quarter with a flurry.
Yeah, in the next couple minutes, we really got to delete that deficit by at least, 6 to 8. There's a good start. If that falls, it does. Thomas Bernhard with the 3. And now got to pair that up with a big stop. Dribble handoff. Nice screen by Soluri. He frees his teammate wide open and off to the left side of the backboard. Rebounded by Barnard. He just hit the 3. Oh, I thought he was going to pull it again. But he opts to back the ball out, get another possession here. Looks like the ball was poked away by Sandy Creek. It will retain possession for the Vikings. Barnhard takes another shot. That's off to the left. Trying to save it is Thousand Islands. Instead, Sandy Creek will take possession. Soluri for Sandy Creek. That's Grady Soluri. 3-point attempt is up off the front of the iron. And rebounded by the Vikings. Going back the other way. Big possession here for Thousand Islands. Tries to get to the basket. Nice move for them, and it is going to fall. Now it's an 11-point advantage. So this is kind of what we were talking about. Come out of the break within a couple minutes. Really got to delete that deficit down to, a manageable 10, maybe less than 10. Big stop here for Thousand Islands. They all become big stops here at this point of the game. Nice block. Gets the rebound back and tries it again. Now we got a foul. So that foul is going to be on number 11, Aiden Cantwell, the senior for the Vikings. Free throw up and good for Sandy Creek. That's Hudson Hunt. The Creek is still not using Hunter Soluri.
I see that.
Maybe they're opting for a quicker lineup rather than the size.
I still thought they had a tremendous advantage inside the
I thought so too. 3-point attempt is short. Fight for that rebound, and the Vikings come away with it with a fresh shot clock. Them now to the lane. He goes up and going to be fouled at the point of his shot.
Get two free throws coming.
Dalton McKay picks up the foul. He's a senior for the Comets. Free throw good for them. Second free throw to make this an 11-point game. Is up and no good. Remains 12 for the deficit. Home team going to be in no rush here as they get the ball down to the on a nice pick and roll, and a good make there for Ari Riccardello, the freshman forward. I don't know what they put in the water to grow him that big, but he's a freshman.
You know, if
and a
they
good rebound.
continue to do that down on the low block, they can salt this game away.
Slurry now holds the ball, hands it off to his teammate Hunt. Hunt's played some good minutes tonight. Good on defense, made some baskets when he had to. He's going to try again here. Wow, nice finish for Hunt. Great move. He saw the double team coming, and he knew he had to make a move. Went to the right side, and a great finish. Three-pointer did not fall there for Thousand Islands, and the game's starting to slip away. Around the perimeter here. Now it's Hunt. Stops and pops for two, and that's good. Timeout for Thousand Islands. And that's going to be, it's going to be tough coming back here for Thousand Islands now.
Yeah. There's no short of players on that Sandy Creek team that can put the ball in the basket in different ways.
That's the problem, yeah. And they've done a good job of swapping players out, so it looks like a lot of their starters are still fresh. It's going to be you're in a tough situation here if you're Thousand Islands, and every possession becomes more and more crucial as we move forward. Folks, keep in mind that just because the games end tonight does not mean that the action is done for the weekend. The stream team will be in action tomorrow at the same venue here at JCC. 3 games tomorrow. We got the noon game with Division 1. Division 3 will be at 1:30, and the Division 2 game will be at 3, all here at Jefferson Community College. And I say that because as much as I would love for everyone to watch our live stream, the most important thing is to support these athletes. So if you can get here, get here. You will not be disappointed. The Frontier League puts on a great show. There's a lot of amazing basketball here locally. And, if you can, come out and support these student athletes that have worked so hard all year long. But if you can't make it out to the games tomorrow, definitely we'll be here for you. You can watch the live stream. We'll tell you about all of our sponsors that makes these productions happen. And we can bring you the action right to your living room. Good defense
Good
there for
step in
Sandy
on the
Creek.
passing lane.
Just anticipated that the entire way. And there we go, right back the other way. Now Them with some speed. Gets all the way to the basket. Great job not to foul there by Sandy Creek. Now Soluri from deep. That's a big basket.
Just when I thought they'd want to burn some time.
That's what I thought too. They want to score.
If that's in the flow of your offense, have at it.
Now, Thousand Islands got to get some pace to their offense here. They got to score and score quick. Them now working the perimeter. Gets it back to his teammate who drives the lane. Gets it back out to Them. Trying the perimeter on the left side. Kicks it back out to Barnhart. Back to Them. He's open for a 3, and it's off, but it's going to stay Vikings ball. Did not touch the rim, so you still have 5 seconds on the shot clock. No reset. Shot is up and good. Yes, that's Thomas Bernhard. And here's the pace that you thought was coming there, Mark.
Yep.
Just a slow, take some time. Oh, but a nice steal. Bernhard, I think he's going to try it for the 3. He's going to pull it back out. Now a 3 for Thousand Islands off the backboard, off the rim and backboard. And now Hunt trying to break the pressure. 3-pointer is up off the rim. And the coach
Certainly
for
is
Sandy
back and
Creek is
forth.
telling them, we got to waste some time, guys. Those three-point attempts are happening way too quick.
Yeah.
Shot was
they can still get that shot in the context of their offense.
Yeah, absolutely. But you at least want to get, take 10, 15 seconds off the clock before you fire up that shot, especially with the situation. And I think a lot of these kids are still, you say we're removed from the COVID years, right? But we're still not that far as developmentally. And I think some of these kids missed some chances to play youth basketball for a year, maybe 2 years. And there's some of those situations, there's a gap in development there.
Well, we talked about the good programs, right? The good programs start the kids at a young age,
Yep.
right? You get a lot of volunteers of coaching, a lot of volunteer time, and you get a lot of good instructional court time in something like this.
Shot is up and off the side of the rim. Good rebound by Thousand Islands, and they go the other way. Deep three is up off to the right side. Fight for the ball. It's Them. He's going to take a three, and that's going to be off the left side as well. Now Thousand Islands is panicking, I think, not setting their feet. I know you have to take quick shots, but Stanton going to slow things down. Here's Hunt now on the pick and roll. And a travel first. Substitute here for Thousand Islands, under 2 minutes left. I think we got a timeout for Sandy Creek. Nothing better than championship basketball here. I mean, we've talked about it in the other streams, but just want to recognize all the folks for the Frontier League for putting on a championship event like they do here, year in and year out. I don't know how many decades that this event has been going on, but it's something that a lot of basketball fans, a lot of residents of the North Country look forward to. Games after game after game, championship after championship after championship. They're always exciting games. There's a lot of work that goes into this. It's not just, hey, everyone show up on this day, right?
Yeah,
there's some planning and
it's
there's
good to
all
see
that.
all the support. We talked a lot about the fan support, right? But as we sit here across from the scorers table, every single year you see folks that are associated with the Frontier League, officials that aren't doing any of these games tonight. They're all back there helping out. They're trying to do some fundraising, selling some tickets and things, and it's just really good to see.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's cliche to say it's a group effort,
right.
but a lot of these folks don't have to be here. They show up because they want to. They show up because they want this to be a good product, and we continue to see it year after year.
The 50-50's been going around. You probably saw them on your screen. Those are the officials are fundraising for themselves.
Yeah. Hey.
And they put on a scholarship every year from that money that they generate. So really cool. Not only are they giving back their time and in the efforts of putting on these games, but they're also trying to put together a scholarship and support student athletes in that regard as well. So really cool stuff. 17-point game with under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter of play in the final championship game for the boys' side of the bracket.
Boy, both teams are still playing hard. You got to appreciate that.
Yes, and now there's fans yelling, coaches yelling. It's getting to that stage of the game where it could get a little chippy here. Looks like a platoon swap coming in for Sandy Creek. There might be a warning in the book.
It looked it
for Coach Pettit. Now he's out of his coach's box. I think the officials are kind of into agreement of, listen, this is a minute and a half left in the game. Let's get through it, I don't want to say the game's been decided, but in all regard.
Cooler heads prevailed there.
Yeah, and you like to see that, right? Let's just be smart. No need to escalate the situation. Frustrating, right? You get all the way to the championship game.
Sure.
You had a chance to win. Just the shots didn't fall, and it got away from you. Oh, bodies flying everywhere.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Oh, wow. He's back up and running.
Oh, my God.
This is out of control.
When I heard him hit the wall, I was like, "Oh, it's not."
I thought it was his head that hit the wall. I don't think so.
Before I realized what was going on, he's 30 feet down the court, headed the other way.
With speed, I mean. Shot up and a foul on the 3.
Looks like he got into his landing space there a little bit.
Yeah, and that's a player safety foul that honestly probably doesn't get called enough.
Yeah.
You can probably call that more. So it's good to get on that there because really, as I said before, player safety that's critical here.
See it called all the time in the NBA.
Well, there's a lot of fouls that get called in the NBA except for travel.
They have traveling in the NBA now?
I think they just completely erased that. Second free throw up and good. Remember, he gets 3 here. And free throw up and good. So that will bring in a substitute. And with about a minute left in the game, I think we got both team starters are out. Get some minutes for the underclassmen. Sandy Creek going the other way. And a bucket for the Comets. The hometown faithful like to see some new players in the stat column. Landon Swarthout was the made the bucket there. Shot up and no good. Now Sandy Creek can hold and end the game on this possession. Let the kids play. Fire up a shot. There it is from the short corner, a little short. Bodies are flying around here.
The energy hasn't changed.
No, not even a little bit. 5 seconds left, and that's going to do it here. So just want to thank everyone for tuning in for all 3 of these games tonight. If you checked into one or checked into all 3, we appreciate you and supporting local athletics. That's going to be the end of the championship game. Sandy Creek over Thousand Islands, 52-31. Mark, any closing remarks?
No, I thought we saw. We felt were going to be 3 really good games. Obviously, the first one was, but throughout the next 2, it was the same as the one. Games of runs, right? And then obviously in game 1, Watertown was able to sustain that. But Sackett's Harbor, when they really had to, they had the lead against Copenhagen, and they went to their bread and butter, right? Drive the lane, hit the free throws, kick it out, hit some threes. And then I think here, I think TI is going to be really disappointed with this performance. Although it was a 21-point game, they missed a lot of easy shots, right?
They did.
They made some mistakes and passes and turnovers that they probably haven't made much all year. So hopefully they can regroup as they go into sectionals and play a little better. And good luck to all teams.
Yes, that's the key thing. Good luck to all teams. We want to see all the Frontier League teams have success in the postseason. That's going to do it for us tonight, but you can check back in with us tomorrow at noon for the girls' championships. Division I starts it off at noon, and then at 1:30 we'll have Division III and then Division II at 3. So we'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in for the Stream Team here with NBC Watertown.
will now be announcing the 2025-2026 Division II Frontier League Boys All-Stars. The senior from South Louis, Jackson McCall. The junior from Beaver River, Kane Linedecker. Also from Beaver River, the senior, Matthew Moore. The senior from Thousand Island, Zylan Theb. Also from Thousand Island, the sophomore, Thomas Bernhardt. The senior from Sandy Creek, Hudson Hunt. Also from Sandy Creek, the senior, Aiden Budd. And your 2025-2026 Division II Frontier League Boys MVP, the senior from Sandy Creek, Hudson Hunt. Congratulations to our 2025-2026 Frontier League Division II Boys All-Stars. We ask that all spectators please stay off the playing surface.